Here's how to make some delicious homemade pizza. 1. Ingredients gathering. First, let's gather all the ingredients for our pizza. For the pizza dough, you will need 1.5 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 3.5 cups of bread flour, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 2 teaspoons of salt. For the pizza sauce, you'll need a can of crushed tomatoes, 2 cloves of garlic, salt to taste, and a handful of fresh basil. For the toppings, gather mozzarella cheese and your preferred choices like pepperoni, mushrooms, bell peppers, and olives. 2. Preparing the dough. Start by activating the yeast. Dissolve the sugar in the warm water and sprinkle the yeast on top. Let it sit for 5 minutes or until it becomes frothy. This indicates that the yeast is active. In a large bowl, combine the flour and salt. Make a well in the center and pour in the yeast mixture and olive oil. Mix with a spoon until it forms a rough ball. Now, lightly flour your work surface and knead the dough for about 10 minutes, until it becomes smooth and elastic. If the dough is too sticky, add a little flour, but not too much, as it should remain slightly tacky. Once kneaded, place the dough in a large bowl greased with a bit of olive oil. Cover it with a clean kitchen towel, and let it rise in a warm place for about 1.5 to 2 hours or until it doubles in size. 3. Preparing the sauce. While the dough is rising, you can prepare the pizza sauce. In a saucepan, heat a little olive oil over medium heat. Finely chop the garlic and saute it until fragrant. Add the can of crushed tomatoes, a pinch of salt, and the fresh basil. Let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes, stirring occasionally until it thickens. Taste and adjust the seasoning if necessary. Once done, set it aside to cool. 4. Assembling and baking the pizza. Preheat your oven to the highest setting, usually around 475 to 500 F 245 to 60 C. And if you have a pizza stone, place it inside while the oven heats. After the dough has risen, punch it down to release the air bubbles and divide it in half for 2 pizzas. On a floured surface, roll out 1 piece of dough into a thin circle, about 12 inches in diameter. If you have a pizza peel, sprinkle it with some flour or cornmeal to prevent sticking, and place your rolled dough on it. If not, prepare the pizza on a baking sheet. Spread a layer of the cooled sauce over the dough, leaving a small border for the crust. Sprinkle generously with shredded mozzarella and add your desired toppings. If using a pizza stone, carefully slide the pizza onto it in the oven. If using a baking sheet, just put the sheet in the oven. Bake for about 10 to 15 minutes, or until the crust is golden and the cheese is bubbly and slightly browned. Repeat with the second piece of dough and remaining ingredients. Let the pizzas cool for a few minutes before slicing and serving. 5. Conclusion. Making pizza at home might seem like a daunting task, but it really isn't in my opinion.